Good evening. An 80-year-old woman died following the collapse of the second floor of a church in the city of San Jose del Monte in Bulacan on Ash Wednesday. According to the city's Public Information Office, the victim was 80-year-old Luneta Morales, who was part of the church choir. In a public briefing, Congresswoman Rita Robes said the incident at St. Peter the Apostle Church has resulted in one death, with 63 other individuals sustaining injuries. Robes said that she has been going around visiting those injured, some of whom are in private hospitals while others were in public ones. During Ash Wednesday Mass in the St. Peter Apostle Parish Church, the second floor of the building suddenly collapsed on the attendees. The city's Public Information Office earlier disclosed that the local government of San Jose del Monte would recover the hospitalization costs for all the wounded devotees who were taken to 6 hospitals in Bulacan. Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri and House Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez have agreed to work professionally and set aside their differences. Zubiri confirmed his meeting with Romualdez during the 100th birthday celebration of Chief Presidential Legal Advisor Juan Ponce Enrile on Wednesday.
Good news, nag-usap kami ni Speaker kanina, sabi po namin ay let's work professionally, tigil mo ng bangayan, and let's continue to work for the benefit of the administration para sa ating mga kababayan dito. Hindi na maganda kung palagi po kami nagbabangayan at away.
The Senate President adds that their meeting was witnessed by President Bongbong Marcos, adding that most of his colleagues in the Senate were also willing to work professionally. The Senate and the House have been in a verbal tussle over the Cha-Cha move through a people's initiative. The Senate strongly opposed the proposed joint voting of Congress, as senators perceived this would diminish the power of the upper chamber. The Department of Justice approves the filing of a criminal case against owners of Mt Princess Empress and several others for the oil spill in Oriental Mindoro and parts of Batangas Province in 2023. Named in the complaint are the corporate officers and several employees of RDC Reeled Marine Services Inc., the shipping company that owns and operates Mt Princess Empress. Also named in the complaint are 19 Philippine Coast Guard personnel and 2 Maritime Industry Authority personnel. In a statement, the Department of Justice says DOJ prosecutors uncovered irregularities in certain documents related to the construction and certificate of public convenience of Mt Princess Empress. Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla assures that those responsible for the oil spill will be held accountable. The case stemmed from the cases filed by the National Bureau of Investigation and Pola Oriental Mindoro Mayor Jennifer Cruz. The February 2023 sinking of the oil tanker affected over 75 kilometers of coastline. 42,400 families from 107 affected areas in the provinces of Oriental Mindoro, Palawan, Antique, and Batangas have been given various forms of assistance. The Senate approves on its second reading a bill pushing for a 100 peso daily minimum wage increase for private sector workers. Senate Bill number 2534 under Committee Report number 190 was unanimously approved during Wednesday's plenary session. Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri says he is hoping that their counterparts in the House of Representatives would also take up the measure once it gets the final approval of the Senate.
Pag naipasa na po namin ito, we're appealing to the House of Representatives, sa ating mga kasamahan dun sa House of Representatives, na sana i-take up po nila itong measure na ito. Because we feel that it's time to help our workers, sa ating mga manggagawa, na itaas ang minimum wage. Lalo-lalo.
However, some lawmakers in the lower chamber of Congress have already expressed their concern on the matter, saying that micro, small, and medium enterprises would struggle if a Senate bill proposing the wage hike is enacted into law. The Department of Education says it is already verifying reports of a data breach in one of its offices. DepEd spokesperson Michael Poa says they have instructed field offices to run diagnostics and verify the alleged hacking incident. Poa adds that DepEd is already coordinating with the Department of Information and Communications Technology on the matter. This developed after a circulating post online revealed that over 750 gigabytes of data have been accumulated from a certain education department office. The said data allegedly included banking and students' information. The ICT says it has already isolated its investigation to a certain DepEd regional office. The incident came shortly after the ICT previously announced it had blocked cyber attacks from within China on the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, the ICT, Philippine Coast Guard, and the President's official website. The Department of Social Welfare and Development welcomes the suggestion to distribute rice instead of cash assistance to beneficiaries of the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino program. The DSWD co-spokesperson Irene Dumlao told INQUIRER.net that the department is ready to participate in meetings that involve changes in the implementation of the 4Ps. This comes after Department of Agriculture Undersecretary Roger Navarro announced on Tuesday that suggestions to replace the cash grant with rice from the National Food Authority were floated during a meeting between the DA and President Bongbong Marcos. Navarro says the suggestion is being considered by the President as it may help shield indigent families from the volatility of the rice market. Here's the latest roundup of today's top stories. 1 dead, 63 injured following the collapse of the second floor of a church in San Jose del Monte in Bulacan on Ash Wednesday. Senate President Miguel Zubiri and House Speaker Martin Romualdez agreed to stop word war and work professionally. And presidential legal advisor and former Senator Juan Ponce Enrile turns 100 today. These are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.